So, not doing much outside this week, but I'm going to work some more on this. So I'm going to take the blue bit off here and then see if that fits on and then work out a way to fix it. I'm thinking magnets at the moment, but not sure. Might also do Velcro. To be continued. Well, it's a bit fluky, but I hadn't quite realised that I could just remove the whole thing as one unit. I thought I was going to have to remove this to take it off. But luckily, it all stays nicely in there. That's the receiver unit, speed controller, switch and fuse, and then down to the motor. Well, fits quite nicely like that, and I think if I painted red on the sides with a brush, something darker, wouldn't it so funny? But the front looks quite good, side to side, and the back's the same. Let's just take this off. Lots of space inside for all the gubbins. It kind of fits nicely in there. Kind of rests on those two things. Do you think probably maybe if it's sat a bit further back, it rests on there. Work out how to fix it on, and quite nicely I took two of the rails off the side of the blue thing, and they will look quite good on there as kind of handles, I think. I've taken a bit more of the little things off the inside, and now it sits, it rests on where it connects there. So I'm wondering whether a bit of Velcro front and back would hold it. I've stripped this out completely now, other than the internal lights. No turning back. So this is quite a good way to see how this all goes together, this RC gear. So this is the little receiver chip, and then this goes out to the speed controller, which, as you can see on the back, it says receiver upside down. You can also send out to the lights here, but I haven't done that, but maybe I'll find out how to do that later. And then plus the E and negative E power coming in. This is the variable on-off switch, and that yellow thing is a little fuse, and that's the 6 by 1.5 volts. And then those two cables there are actually the only thing other than the base of this unit that came from the original loco, and that's the feed out. And then you basically press that button there when you want to tether it to the remote. I've already done that. I've now, as you can see, stripped all the other plasticky bits that I can off this. I've just glued those in and those in, and there's a horn on one side and a bell on the other, depending which way it goes. Those bits there just for some things. Same on the other side, same on the back. And then underneath, I've just given the coat of brown and black dry brushing, and on the front so it doesn't look quite so clean, and this side and on the back. And then inside there's a bit of Velcro there, and can't see at all, and there, and I've just built some little cross braces there and there to stop it. It still goes side to side a bit, but that's probably quite cute when it's going round. Then this will live on top, and then I've also glued a little extender into this to look a bit more like a chimney, so that'll go on there, but obviously that'll be painted up so it doesn't look like plastic. And these are the weights. They're pretty heavy. They came out of it, so I'm going to put these in there as well, so they give it a bit more weight so it can pull a bit more. Now the next thing is I'm going to try and fit all this stuff in it, but so I can still get access to them to do things. Excellent. I have done some similar weathering as I have done on the carriages. Now also I have these little bits of rubber. I'm going to stick them on there and there to look like bumpers. How exciting. Gone with a kind of jungly green look, which is what the vibe of the jungle train is. So I've now painted the doors, weathered it all up, put these bumpers on the front and the back. The battery's going to live in there. The controls are secured around the side and in there. Also added some bumpers to this wagon. I didn't on this one because it's got the red bits. And then this is the last bit to go on, the chimney stack. I'm going to do some things to make this look a bit rusty once the black paint has dried, and then later we'll give this a run. The next thing I've got to work on is this thing. I don't know what this is going to be, but it feels like a waste to just not use it, and I can't make any more of the little carriages because they only connect on one end, so this has to go between the tram and one of those carriages. But what could it be used to carry? It could carry a beer can that way round. Maybe I'll make it to do that. A plan is hatched. Don't judge me on the beer that I drink, okay? I have made a beer train. I found this little thing in the street the other day and thought it would come in useful. And there's just a bit of wood on the other side. I'm going to paint these up so it's the same style as these. Excellent.
Keep going on like this, just ain't right. Baby, you know that I hate it when we're screaming and fight, just ain't right. But you say never find another girl like you, baby. When I there's a bit of a raise there.
This is the inaugural running of the beer wagon, falling off the wagon. You might have noticed in the little test videos I put up that when the train was getting round to here, it was getting a bit of a lean on the tram section. It's because this track is considerably off there, which I think is because this pallet wood is not particularly braced well. So I've had to make some running repairs to the track with little bits of wood. So I had to have a think about better ways to do this. But the track is now not flexing as the train rolls over it, and the train no longer leans. And so seeing it running, this is the same batteries that I used when I did like the 3-hour test the other day. So that's pretty good. It's an empty beer can because I drank the beer earlier. I think I need to work out some way to hide those batteries. So maybe I'll have them down inside rather than up there. This thing is pretty heavy now. It's got the original wedge from the loco plus another 6 AA batteries in, but it pretty much goes I think it will do a complete circuit. And that's as slow as it'll go. Alright. So let's see if it goes around the points on the slow speed. No, stuck on the points. And the train is just a little bit too wide for the bridge here. So the handrails on that right hand side rub on the bridge. But none of it was particularly designed. I'm happy with that. As you can see, the friction has snapped them off. Sad face. Anyway, this is accelerating up to the full speed. It's now full speed. Don't worry about the reverser. It's just this big knob on the right. And I think it actually goes faster this way. Perhaps. Who knows? Anyway, other than doing some more weathering on the actual beer wagon and doing some more, I might build like a little shelf or something to go across to cover up the electronics inside the main engine. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with what I've turned from a basic Pico starter set into basically a completely scratch built set of wagons and funny little jungle tram. Next step will be that bit of garden. It's very exciting.